If I was to ask you which company has more slab at CGC, whether it's Marvel or DC, I bet most people can guess which company has more slabs, right? I think in general we can all agree that there are so many more keys with Marvel, especially with the explosion of characters from the 60s and the 70s. So it shouldn't be a surprise to most people that there are more keys, semi-keys, first appearances, and all the Yahoo with Marvel over DC. Okay, so I think most people would guess right that there are more slabs from Marvel, of Marvel, than DC. So let's take a look, let's take a deep dive into the census on this topic. Here is the latest information that I dug up at the end of 2018. This is Marvel only, okay? So you see the 4 different type of slabs of all ages, from universal to signature to restore to qualify, okay? So you can see that almost 2 million universal, 375,000 almost for signature. And those numbers will keep on climbing. We will revisit these numbers maybe once a year just to see what the trend is going forward, okay? But are you ready to see the DC data? Here we go. Is that a surprise? Is that a surprise? Look at the number, 771,000. 152,000 on signature, okay? Now, it surprised me, okay? I can tell you, before I dug up the data, I had no idea of the huge gap between the two. Sure, I think like most people, I would have guessed that there are going to be more Marvel, but the sheer magnitude surprised me. And I put together a table to make it easier to compare and just take a look in total the number of DC slabs that were graded is 948,418, and look at the total for Marvel, 2,410,062. The difference is 254%. And as you can see, Universal has the biggest gap, right? Followed by Signature. Not a surprise, okay? Because those are the 2 biggest area of submission. I have yet to be able to come up with the data for, Silver Age, Bronze Age, and Modern. One of these days I will sit down and try to figure out that data to see where the biggest gap is. I don't know. I couldn't guess. If I had to guess, I would have to say Silver Age, right? Because like I said, when it comes down to Silver Age, there is no dispute. The king of creation was Marvel, with hundreds of characters, with hundreds of first appearances and keys, compared to very few with DC, okay? So once again, it illustrates the demand, okay? It's not about the supplies, okay? Batman and Detective was printed in the millions. Plenty of supplies out there, but the demand for first appearances and the trend of the market illustrate why so many Marvel slab are out there compared to DC. And take a look at one more thing that I think you will find very interesting. Here we have the top 500 most submitted books from DC. Before I go, here is something even more interesting, or similarly interesting. Here is the top 500 most submitted books in CGC census. So let's take a look. Okay, this is include both Marvel and DC, both. Okay, just take a look. Did you know that Spider-Man 300 lead the pack with 18,000 plus submission, followed by New Mutant 98? And before anyone says something like, there are a ton of slabs out there, let's take into context, okay? New Mutant 98 probably had a print run of 300,000. So yes, 15,985 is a lot, but let's get real. It's a fraction, a tiny fraction of the available copies, okay? Same thing with Spider-Man 300. I'm pretty sure the print run is probably more than 300,000, okay? That's pretty sure I can say that without someone calling me out and say, oh, the print run is only 415. Well, I say at least 300,000. But just take a look at the top 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Spawn! Can you believe Spawn snuck in there? Where's DC? Can you see DC? First time? First place? Batman Killing Jokes. Is that a surprise to you? To see that Batman Killing Jokes is the highest submission from DC in the top 20. Shocking, isn't it? Shocking. I would never guess, and I bet you most people that have never looked at the data would have never guessed that out of the top 20 books submitted at CGC, only one DC book made the top 20, and it's Batman the Killing Joke, not other books. And Spawn got in there even more, way ahead. Unbelievable, right? And then Batman 1, unless I'm missing something, as you can see, it's unbelievable how few DC book there is. Look at Savage She-Hulk 1. Is that insane? 4,000. Where the sheer amount of books and the title that appear. Okay, I just missed it, but Batman Adventure 12 is up there. So there you go. I see 1, Batman Adventure 12, Batman 1, and Batman the Killing Joke is a top 3 out of the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so out of the top 20, DC had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Out of the top 30, DC have 3, with Batman Adventure 12, Batman 1, and The Killing Joke. Unbelievable statistic, okay? Unbelievable. But hey, for some people, it's not interesting whatsoever. But for me, it is very interesting. Anyhow, I think that should be it for this video. Hopefully I can figure out how to, well, I can figure it out. I just need to put in the time to figure out what's the discrepancy between Marvel and DC submission for the Silver Age. Thanks for watching. Until the next episode. Bye-bye.